Hello fellow fish lovers and welcome back to the channel. You're watching Big Fish Lad. So as you can see, I'm in my back garden and I'm showing you a tank that stood up on its side. So the reason I'm doing this is because today we're going to talk about the disaster that happened in my fish room only yesterday. So I was sat at my office on my office chair, and I was taking a call with someone at work, and then I heard this big bang. And basically what had happened was, I don't know if you can see that big crack right across the back there. It basically cracked. So luckily I had time. The water was coming out, but I had time to get the python in and empty it. But what I want to say to you today, guys, this is why it's really important to have spare tanks and dividers in your fish room. So I'm going to show you why. So guys, the tank that actually split was my bean eye tank. So as you know, I've been replacing my tanks, and the one tank that I haven't replaced was the one that split. So it was very old. I've said before that it's so old and tatty that I knew I needed to replace it, but I didn't think it was going to split. But if you also remember, I've told you that I got my Trimax as well. So this tank that you see now that I've replaced the bean eye in had the Trimax in it. So I bought two Trimax, and even worse still, yesterday the two Trimax were fighting. So what I've had to do is put a divider in this tank, and the bean eye is in the bigger side, and one of the Trimax is in this left side. And what I said to you, it's important, and I've said it on other videos, that you have spare tanks and you have dividers. This is the reason why. Now, I sold two of my spare tanks a couple of weeks ago to make room. Now, I'm okay because my local fish shop, Mark at Burton Ernie's, will always lend me a tank. He's done it before, but you should always have spare tanks. And if you haven't got spare tanks, especially when you're keeping American cichlids, make sure you've got dividers. So this is my current situation, and there's the bean eye now. So luckily, it could have been so much worse. It could have been so much worse. It could have gone in the night, and if it had gone in the night, and I hadn't got the water out, it probably would have split right across the back, and I'd have lost the bean eye. So I feel very lucky. Okay, and that Trimac obviously is a little bit stressed because I've had to move it again. But yeah, the bean eye's fine, and I'll show you now what I've had to do with the other Trimac. So this is Boris's tank, guys. I've had to put a divider in Boris's tank, and the other Trimac is on the other side of that. So as you can imagine, I'm a little bit pulled out at the moment with room because that's not big enough for Boris. It's okay, and it's not big enough for the bean eye, but it's okay, temporary measure, because things like this happen. And again, this is me being open and honest about the hobby and what I'm going through. And just as I thought I was getting somewhere, this happened. But you know what? It's all fine because a lot more good is happening than bad. And I was able to save it. So yeah, the other Trimac is in this other side of this tank. He's in that cave there. Or he or she, I don't know what they are yet. But again, another divider in the tank, and poor Boris suffers again. But I'll be dead open and honest with you guys. I've spent a lot of money on new tanks of late. And I was going to wait to replace that tank. I didn't really have the budget for it. So again, and this keeps coming up, I'm probably looking at selling Boris, because Boris gives me enough money to buy a new second-hand white dual tank if that's what I can find. But yeah, I know someone who wanted to buy him last time. I'll probably reach out to them. But again, grandkids, I get made to feel guilty. But I've took enough money out of my personal fund for stuff in the last 6 months, so it probably needs to sacrifice something in the fish room, because I can't leave them like this. So yeah, anyway, that's for another time and another video. But I just wanted to show you that the reality of fish keeping. Tanks split, dividers have to come out, new tanks have to come out, but it'll sort itself out and we'll get it changed. And that's it, guys. That's it. I just wanted to share that with you. Nice quick video. And just to let you know, the video that came, you're probably wondering why I sent a video on Wednesday. That video on Wednesday was meant for Friday. I just forgot to schedule it. So bonus video this week for those that watch my videos regular. And Anyway, that's me today, guys. If you like the video, subscribe, leave a comment, leave a like, and I'll see you on the next video.